Guys, it's Dave Reaper, my second part of my Natural Selection 2 tutorial. We left off, I was in elevator transfer, and we're just going to head up towards the hives. So we've got several things in here. This phase gate, for instance, it follows the white lines on the map, and you can phase from one base to another. And that really helps you out for trying to move out the map, especially when you get the bigger bases.
I think we actually need centrics. I'm going to recycle mezzanine.
So I'm not entirely sure whether Lego there was right. In fact, I don't think we hit the limit with the sentries, but in fact the sentry batteries can only go one in each room, and so I think he was trying to put down many in many rooms, which of course doesn't help. But we're trying to push up in various places at the moment, and that's a bit of an issue for trying to hold everything, especially with north and south tunnels and hub in the middle of the map, pushing right the way through the middle straight to our main base. So I'm in the armory. This is the first time I'd actually used grenades, so I was trying to find the best ones. Looked like I picked out cluster grenades there. And they're in all processing at the moment, so I wanted to just sit back a bit, wait for some help, then chuck a couple of grenades in. So as I said before, those are the cysts that the alien commander can build on. He can place them down anywhere and they build automatically. So yeah, that was my first cluster grenade. Got a few hit markers there. You can see the bullet damage through walls that you do. So that appears through the walls, which of course helps you to spot whether someone's out there or something, because you get bullet damage on anything that you shoot. Also, I didn't know this at the time, but to actually heal or reload from an armory, you need to face towards the armory, so there's no such thing as like watching your back while you reload. You're completely exposed while you do.
Okay, to take the hive in...
So we've got a gorge at the top of all processing at the moment. We're trying to take him out with a cluster grenade. I think I only managed to get his whips in the end. But here you can see, as I step backwards there, you can see how slow you become trying to walk backwards in comparison with side to side, and jumping and walking and so forth. So you always want to just keep moving side to side, bounce it out a bit. Especially with gorges and all that, because they have their ranged attack, which makes it quite difficult for you to be hit. So of course I'm all alone here in repair room, trying to hold off against this gorge, but it's not much of an issue, but it's a little annoying, to be honest with you. As you saw earlier there, the cluster grenades, and all grenades in fact, there's no timer when you're holding it down. So while you hold it down, you can just... While you hold it down, it won't explode in your hand or anything like that. So the timer only starts when you actually throw it, which I find quite useful. Right now, I'm looking into south tunnels, trying to figure out what the hell's going on there. So that massive thing was in fact an Onos, and it was the perfect timing. As you can see, exosuits have been researched, so I back off and go buy them from the prototype in the corner here. And there you go, the chain gun minigun. So you can see left hand, left click is to do a melee attack. You can boost yourself with shift, and you've got like a jetpack type thing. If you hit space, you can fly, hover a bit, and then it's right click to spin up the chain gun. Fortunately, this Onos didn't realise quite how wide he was, so I managed to get quite a few hits into him. You gotta be careful with the chain guns, because of course they do overheat quite quickly. So right now we're pushing towards the end of the game, but we're trying to make sure we hold the tunnels, so because they keep pushing through the tunnels and going from hub, which is right in front of me, to the left into repair room and to the right into elevator transfer, or even just pushing straight through south tunnels and into our main base, which of course is very annoying if you're trying to hold it. But we managed to push up a bit.
You have a base in outer roof.
And we're going to try and take north tunnels. Hold there, I do believe. We get the power put up in here and everything. But this actually ends up being the majority of the game. You do end up pushing up into certain areas and then just holding it for a while you just wait for backup. And also for upgrades and so forth from the commander. If you rush in on your own in this game, you're going to have a bad time.
Okay, so
You always want to work with the team.
North tunnel. Stay there.
Proceed waypoint.
So I've got orders to stick in north tunnels and just make sure we hold it and also but also not to push into warehouse up in front of me, because it's not a good place to be honest with you. Excuse me. Of course, the main problem with sitting around here for so long is eventually they can't go anywhere but through us, and there are only 2 of us here at the moment. I think there's another
Main base, right?
coming up behind me. So the commander's complaining because of course we're not going back to their base, and they are attacking it, taking our power node down and
How
everything.
the fuck?
So there's only 1 skulk in there in fact, but I'm trying to go back. There's no real point for me to, but I try it anyway.
Top observatory is there. Get him, please.
So it gets sorted out in the end. I push back up into north tunnels, and for this you can see you've got the sentries up trying to hold the gate here, and of course what you really want to do is get a couple of arcs up, as we do in a bit, and put them up where that extractor is in the corner next to me.
Wait for phase gate in main base.
So eventually what you end up being able to do is deploying the arcs, and they can attack the hive itself from inside, from through the walls in fact. And then get a wall hack done. So I've got a little bit of lag there, I'm afraid.
Okay, go to north now.
That was my games, not so much the video. But so we've captured server room. We've pushed all the way up in there. There's a fade. Those are blooming annoying, I must say. They can place down a little portal so that when they attack someone, because they have a charged off attack, when they actually use that attack, they then teleport back to that little portal they put down, which makes them really hard to actually kill. Also, while they're holding their attack button, they float through the air and move ridiculously quickly. So I really don't know how to deal with them other than with a exosuit, although shotguns seem to do a lot of damage to them. So we're trying to get the phase gate up in north tunnels so that we can push in and begin the final assault, as it is actually going to take a while to actually take out their final hive. So of course what the command is saying there is, because we've pushed up into north tunnels and because we've pushed up server rooms on the right side of the map, there is no need for us to keep elevator transfer, because even though we try and put down cysts to there, we can just destroy them en route, and the cysts in fact will die off if they're not linked to other cysts, and any buildings will take damage if they're not on a cyst, for the alien side at least. Obviously the opposite is true for the marine buildings. If a cyst is put down next to a marine building and makes infestation there, then that will damage the marine buildings, which is important to note when you're playing marines, because you may end up with just buildings strangely taking damage if you haven't taken out the cysts. So I mean, there's not much of this game left. We managed to get the phase gate up and everything. We're just waiting a bit for some more reinforcements. So that there in front of me, the yellow bot, is a Mac that repairs your armour if you're infantry, or will repair an exosuit if the commander orders him to. So that there in front of me is an exosuit with a gauze rifle right there. there was what I was talking about earlier. That was the observatory distress beacon, which phases you all back to the nearest command station to that observatory. Unfortunately, Exos can't go through phase gates, so I do have to run all the way back up to North Tunnels. There's only like one sculpt there at the time though, so it's not really a problem. I really should have pushed it a bit harder, but I'm not complaining. Helped us out a lot when they didn't. So you can see we're all set up in this building here. Up into pushing up into the warehouse if we want to. But really there's no need to until we're set up. We might as well just make sure we've held it, so we don't get pushed back to it. What you can hear on my left there, just fired, is the arcs. You probably saw them as we walked past. So they've just been deployed and they're now attacking the hive. So to be honest, we might as well just push in all the way. So we're getting very close to the end. So all you need to do to win as Marines or as aliens is destroy the final command station. So this is the final push for us. Finally get into the base, and there you can see it at the greatest camera angle, but you can see the hive up there on top. And that's it. My first ever game as Marines and first ever win. Which I thought wasn't a bad effort first time. So make sure you check out our other next Natural Selection 2 videos. Subscribe to Mil.Gaming today to make sure you never miss an upload. Stay safe out there. Dave Reaper out.